I made a promise to myself that as much as I made videos projecting strength when confronting my political enemies, that I would include moments like this where I felt doubt or felt deeply vulnerable. This is certainly one of those moments. There was a idea a few months ago that after Donald Trump got elected, that the skeptics of the YouTube community and the social justice advocates would be able to find common cause in confronting the alt-right. And for a moment, it seemed like it was happening. Like if people were going to put aside their differences to confront a greater threat. And there are still some of us. There's a very small faction of pro and anti-social justice advocates that have formed a coalition against the rise of white nationalism. But we are small and scrappy, and we can throw a good punch, but we do not have the kind of platform that is necessary to really push back substantially and change the consensus about what the most pertinent threat politically within the YouTube space and the Twitter space, as expressed as articulations of public sentiment, right? The political conversation has moved online. And as big as the heart is of the people who do want to confront the rise of white nationalism we are sadly outnumbered. We are vulnerable to harassment, and we are being undermined by the skeptics, referring to us as a more dangerous threat than the alt-right. We're definitely being undermined by that. As long as the alt-right is just kind of the stance of the skeptics is still the alt-right is just boys will be boys, and the social justice warriors are trying to impose some form of communist gynocracy on men who play sexy video games. That's just my best guess. That's literally all the sense that I could pull from what exactly the threat of social justice is, aside from the recent hysteria about, in some way, somehow, Black Lives Matter is responsible for every crime that involves poor black people exercising anti-white sentiment inside of their attacks, even if it's a bunch of kids engaged in a gang initiation. somehow the skeptics find a way to say this has to have something to do with social justice. This can't have been any kind of product of any sociological failings of the society, because again, Western civilization, Western supremacy cannot be challenged. If Western civilization is perfect, then all the crimes committed within it are individual failings because we have the best liberal system available. But it does weigh on me heavily. It does weigh on me heavily that the YouTube community couldn't come together against white nationalists. It is so very discouraging that the rise of an incredibly dangerous movement that is actually connected to animating lone wolf terror attacks and acts of, random acts of violence and vandalism is lower on the priority list of the people who do have the pulpit on YouTube. They are lower down than bitching about making cartoons about how bossy feminists are, or what betas the male feminists are. I'm surprised that there was no shame. I thought that once Richard Spencer threw up that Sig Heil, that the skeptics would have a moment of clarity. That they would divorce themselves from the language of the alt-right because it was so specifically Nazi. What the fuck do you think kek means? It's a way of playing with the word kike. It's not just a meme. These people are deadly serious. The West is collapsing economically, and into that vacuum, white nationalism can do massive amounts of damage by offering a disenfranchised and broken white working class an opportunity to reclaim pride in something, anything, after the capitalists are done with them outsourcing their jobs and fucking their manufacturing over and cutting their minimum wage and implementing brutal austerity. The Nazis will show up with bread, smiles, and pride. And you're concerned about gender pronouns. You're concerned about whether someone is a transgender or a transgender. You're concerned about whether BLM is unfair to white people. Behind me is a stove. See that? You know how that stove works? Things that I need to cook more urgently remain on the front burner. And guess what goes on the back burner? This is not a plea to the skeptic community. This is just kind of a requiem for an alliance that could have been. That's failed. That's over now. The skeptics have returned to their old targets, from the Muslim menace to feminazis, and, name the list of paper tigers and straw dogs that they have monetized bullying on their channels, they have returned to they're coming for your video games. They're coming to tell you how to talk. Even Nazis shouldn't be told how to talk. And you say we're the ideologues. Maximalist free speech is an ideology because it doesn't respond to reason. Millennial Woes breaks free speech laws in Scotland and goes on the run, and you say, oh, but the law is unjust. He should have free speech rights like in the United States of America. Well, Millennial Woes wasn't born into the United States of America. He doesn't have free speech like he would in the United States of America. He has the laws of Scotland. And still you defend him and fundraise for an actual Nazi. And when we call you out, you appeal to compassion. Fuck you. You're the one who vilifies SJWs for having too much compassion. You're the one who vilifies SJW for having compassion for the wrong people. Don't come to me and ask me to have compassion for my own goddamn executioner.